Hello there everyone, and welcome to your weekly MTA plan work video for the Queens Subways and the Long Island Railroad for the weekend of Friday, June 7th, 2019 and lasting until Monday, June 10th, 2019. Later on in this video, I will talk to you all about the extra service for the Belmont Stakes on Saturday, June 8th, along with the annual New York City Puerto Rican Day Parade taking place on Sunday, June 9th. And I will read to you all a press release about New York City Transit changing something very important with their service status. It was a press release that came out back on Monday, June 3rd, so obviously it would be appropriate to read it in this video. So without further ado, let's get to the subways first. First up, how is our purple friend? Can our friend be helpful along that purple line this weekend? Because the Mets are, of course, playing the Colorado Rockies this weekend at Citi Field. Well, we do have a service change. June 8th to June 9th, 3:45 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Hudson Yards bound 7 service will run express from 74th Street Broadway to Queensboro Plaza because of station maintenance. So the good news is no service to Mets Willets Point will be interrupted this weekend. So if you need to get to the 3-game homestand where the New York Mets are playing the Colorado Rockies this weekend at Citi Field, you will, of course, have the 7 available. But as far as this service change, that's going to be a little bit of a headache. So I know I should have put this in the presentation, but if you want local service, you can take the Q32 bus, and it will get you along a majority of the 7 route all the way to Queensboro Plaza. So that is my Andy way to go for this weekend. I should start doing more of that in these presentations, but I would just quickly want to mention that. How was the Endline? June 8th through the 9th, 3:45 a.m. Saturday to 10 p.m. Sunday. Coney Island bound N trains will run express from Ditmars Boulevard to Queensboro Plaza because of station renewal. So, fortunately, if you want to get to the RPX Theater this weekend, you're going to have to find another alternative, because I know a couple good movies are out. Maybe some of you didn't see Elton John's movie yet. Secret Life of Pets sequel is coming out this weekend, and I know a couple kids were looking forward to that this weekend. And then, of course, you have that horror film Mom with Octavia Spencer, but you know, just a couple movie, what's playing at the movies right now, in case anybody was curious. That's a real bummer in Astoria. Once again, we will have partial M-train service, so I'm not really going to summarize it again. It's too, if this becomes repetitive, I might just get rid of this slide. So if you want a screenshot, take a screenshot of it, because, always useful to just do that in case you forget. I'm telling you, if they continue to keep repeating this slide, I'm just going to have to eliminate it, because it's like the L train. You know what's going on with the L train. Why do I have to keep giving information about the M if it doesn't change every week? It's just the same thing. Alright, let's go to the R train. June 7th through June 8th, 11:45 p.m. Friday to 12:30 a.m. on Saturday. And June 8th through the 9th, 5:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Forest Hills 71st Avenue bound R trains will run express from Queens Plaza to Forest Hills 71st Avenue because of signal modernization. The easiest alternative I could say is for service to Woodhaven Boulevard, Queens Center Mall, or to access Queens Place at Grand Avenue, Newton, transfer to a westbound R train at Forest Hills 71st Avenue. Also, if there is local East service, because you don't know if it'll be iffy or not. You can't really depend on the subway system for all we know. But if you can get a local eastbound train at Queens Plaza, because I know the E is supposed to run local on weekends. You can do that to get over to the Queens Center Mall. Or, again, it's always the alternative. It's easier to just deal with the subway at Forest Hill 71st, because I'm telling you right now, you don't want to deal with the Q60 this weekend, and I'll get into the reason why the Q60 needs to be used for another reason this weekend. Also, a quick reminder, our trains do not run in Queens overnight, so giving you the heads up now, there's no R trains. They never run in Queens overnight. They always terminate the trains, especially on weekdays, because E trains always run local and overnights. Speaking of the E, how's that looking this weekend? June 7th through the 10th, 11:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Free shuttle buses will replace E-trains between Briarwood and Jamaica Center because of track replacement. So it sounds like the E will be running its local regular route this weekend. So there's no express work. I can't confirm that. We'll go along with the slide in just a second. For now. But let's see what else the slide has to say. E-trains will run between World Trade Center and Briarwood, and via the F to and from Jamaica 179th Street. Wow. Folks, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I actually might be at Jamaica 179th Street to reload my Metro card. There is a way before you go on the turnstiles to see the arrivals, so I might do a quick little video showing you all the special moment. It's kind of a good thing for the rail fanners. So, rail fanners, this is your message. Take advantage of it this weekend. It's kind of a momentous occasion. Free shuttle buses will make all E-stops between Union Turnpike and Jamaica Center. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're coming from the Q10, Q37, Q46, and the Q60. And you want to go to Jamaica Center. Well, you can take the shuttle bus. You don't even have to use your Metro card. They just let you go on. So it'll be free all weekend. Transfer between buses and trains at Union Turnpike or Briarwood. Also, if you don't really want to worry about shuttle buses, the Q60 is available between Forest Hill, 71st Avenue, and Suffolk Boulevard, JFK. And I'll also mention this. If you want to get to Jamaica Center via the shuttle bus, you can take the J train from Suffolk Boulevard, JFK. So that is an option if you want to use it. For service between Manhattan and JFK Airport, you can use the A train to and from Howard Beach JFK Airport, or by using the Long Island Railroad. June 7th through the 10th, 9:45 p.m. to 5 a.m., Friday to Monday. Downtown E-trains will skip 23rd Street and Spring Street because of station maintenance. June 7th through the 10th, 11:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday to Monday, Jamaica-bound E-trains will run express from Queens Plaza to Forest Hill 71st Avenue because of signal modernization. So, once again, local service, take my advice, just transfer at Forest Hill 71st. That's much of a less headache. Because, you know, you're going express and like, oh, well, how many stops is it to Woodhaven Boulevard? Well, it's not that many stops, trust me. It isn't. So, don't complain if your train's not running local. Alright, you need your local service, just go westbound. That's the bottom line. That saves a big headache than worrying about looking for buses. On the F, quickly want to mention, no planned work in Queens this weekend, so if you need the F train, the F will be available. However, there are service changes in Brooklyn this weekend. For more info, please watch Matt Camper's video, which I'll card that right now. Card should have come up, but let the card come up. If it didn't, I'll just go to the next slide. Let's go to the A and the C trains again. June 7th through the 10th, 9:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday to Monday. Downtown H and C trains will skip 50th and 23rd Streets along with Spring Streets because of station maintenance. Reminder, C trains do not run during overnight periods. June 7th through the 10th, 10 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Uptown A trains will run local from Canal Street to 59th Street, Columbus because of track maintenance. Also, quick reminder, if you want extra local service, you can use the C or the E trains between Canal and 50th. So you do have your options this weekend, not just the A trains. So it'll be interesting to see the R179s in action with local service. If they're even out, because they should be out, but if not, you have the old R46s. Now we're going to talk about a big headache in Manhattan. We have to address this. June 7th through the 9th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Sunday. And this is very important. I have to bring this up because this is very important if you want to go to Manhattan, Upper Manhattan this weekend. Free shuttle buses will replace A trains between 207th Street and 181st Street because of track maintenance. A service will run between 181st Street and Far Rockaway Lefferts Boulevard. Shuttle buses will run along two routes between 181st Street and 215th Street along the one line, stopping at Dyckman Street and 207th Street. And between 181st Street and 190th Streets only. You can transfer at 181st Street to continue your trip. Let's get to the J line because guess what? The J is available. Can't believe I'm saying that. Can't believe I'm actually saying it. The J line is actually available this weekend. I don't even remember the last time there was no planned work on the J. But this is fantastic. Quickly want to mention once again, 111th Street is closed due to station rehab. I will mention the email I got. They do have an expectation to get it possibly done by August or September. So I am planning a summit for that station along the J line on this YouTube channel. So I'm hoping in September I do get to head down there and do a summit for you all down there because that should be interesting. That should really be interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how is that going to end up. On the G train. June 7th through the 10th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Church Avenue bound G trains will skip 4th Avenue 9th Street, 15th Street Prospect Park, and Fort Hamilton Parkway because of track maintenance. I also mentioned this will be affected on the F as well, so quickly mention that. Same time frame. Church Avenue bound G's will skip Bedford Nostrand because it's station maintenance. Once again, if you want more info about the F, please refer to Matt Camper. Again, the card, you can find that. It was earlier in the video. So now we've gotten the Queens subways finished up. Well, I don't know how I can use my vocabulary, proper use, but let's just move on to Long Island Railroad plan work. So once again, we will talk about extra service to the Belmont Stakes and Puerto Rican Day Parade, along with the press release about New York City Transit to modernize service status notices. So now we have reached the Long Island Railroad part of the video, and unfortunately, MTA.info has no information from the planned service changes part in regards to the extra service for Belmont and Puerto Rican Day Parade. So that's not good. So we have to go in schedules to find this information. So we scroll down. So let's go over to Belmont first up. And I will load up the... yeah, here we go. I'm trying to see if we can... Oh, okay, my bad. That's the wrong one. Here's the right one. So I'm like, wait a minute, where is it? I can't find it. And then I'll get to these schedules right now. So we'll just close these tabs up. So here we go. Here is the PDF file. Here we go. Train service effective on Saturday, June 8th. So you do have your information for Belmont. I actually do have this pamphlet I got in Jamaica. It's the same thing they gave out in Jamaica this week, so I was able to pick it up when I was coming back from Rockville Center. But here's the schedules. You do have your schedules available, so you can pick them up. It should be all over the rail network. There is extra service, so that is good news. They always try to do their best, but we'll see that happens. I'll mention, Matt Camper had mentioned to me that they're trying to make sure that at Hempstead Rail Yard, they're trying to be careful with how many trains they are trying to use for Belmont. And I will mention this right now. If you don't have to use the Hempstead branch this weekend, please avoid it if you can on Saturday only. Again, this is for Saturday only. And I will mention this right now, that I've been hearing rumors that there might be a planned protest for people against horse racing. I'm not going to say who my source was, but be aware that you might be seeing extra people not just going to the race, but there might be planned protests. So just be wary of that. Just avoid the Hempstead branch if you don't have to take it on Saturday, June 8th. So anyhow, let's just continue on. So let's read this, because this is very important. This is what I wanted to read. Attention customers, to accommodate added train service for Belmont Stakes, train service to and from Hempstead is being reduced at 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 8th, 2019. Additionally, buses will be replacing eastbound train service from Jamaica to Queens Village and Hollis to Beale Rose. So, again, Hempstead branch is going to have reduced service. What else is new? What else is new? Oh boy. So here is the schedules. So I'm trying to get you the information with the letters. If I can find it. See, again, this is what makes it very confusing. This is what I can't understand. I'm trying to get what those letters mean. I think V means bus. It's not too short, because again, I have to look it up. Okay, here we go. J, change to Jamaica. The track of your connecting train will be announced. V, bus service between Jamaica and Queens Village for connecting train service from Western Terminal. Q, bus service between Hollis and Belrose for connecting train service to Hempstead. Okay. Yeah, that's why I think they have that. So it looks like westbound will not be impacted that much. So once again, be wary between 3 o'clock and 11 o'clock on Saturday westbound. Eastbound, if I am correct, I think they're starting bus service at 9:36 in the morning at Hollis and Queens Village. Okay, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So, it looks like the Queens Village Bus Depot is going to be doing bus service, because I see these numbers and I'm like, wait a minute. 68. These are very familiar bus numbers. 6572 is an Orion 7. Oh! 6768? That's Orion 7 first gen. Oh, they're using the Orion 7s this weekend. Oh! So Queens Village Bus Depot is going to be doing service. Oh, this is priceless. This is just priceless. I know this is a little bit too much to ask, but I'm going to call out Passengers United. We'll just call them Passengers Help. If you can, please try to cover this Belmont thing this weekend, because, as I said, I've been hearing rumors as well that there might be a planned protest against horse racing on Saturday. Once again, I'm not going to confirm my source, because, again, that's classified information, but just be aware that not just the race, but again, chaos outside of the park. So that's something to note at the moment. And then they have the hillside schedule, so we won't get into that. So here we go. Bum, 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 bum. And the Ronkonkoma branch for the annual New York City Puerto Rican Day Parade taking place this Sunday, June 9th, 2019. Attention customers, additional east and westbound Ronkonkoma service will be provided in support of the annual New York City Puerto Rican Day Parade. This schedule will only list the extra train service for the Ronkonkoma line for the annual parade. So they do have a schedule right here. So that's pretty good. So I'll just give an example. The first westbound train to help people get to Penn Station will be the 1016 westbound train. The train service will be hourly. Then, for eastbound service, the first train on the Ronkonkoma line scheduled to leave Penn Station to take customers back east is the 429 train. The last train will be at 6:29 p.m. So once again, 3 additional westbound trains, 3 additional eastbound trains will be before and after the parade. And I'll try to see if I can get the street closures, because that's very important that we do bring that up. Let's see if I can Google it. Puerto Rican Day Parade. Try to get you the route, because I'm trying to make sure that we get information correctly. Once again, if you can't get to the parade, you can watch that on TV. Channel 7 will be televising it, so you want to watch it. It is going to be on the air. I'm just trying to find out. Yeah, there is a culture festival taking place uptown, so I'll try to put that as well if I can find it. My internet's not really cooperating at the moment. I do apologize. Here we go. So, here's the Culture Festival. The Culture Festival, let me see, where is it? When did it take place? Oh, it took place last weekend. Okay. 2 weekends ago. Okay, my bad, folks. I do apologize about that. Right, because I know it very well. Parade in pictures. So how come they don't have the parade listed? Like, the whole route. They should have a route. Guess not. Let's see if we can Google it. Puerto Rican Day Parade route. Maybe something will come up. Okay. Here we go. The parade on 5th Avenue will be taking place between 42nd and 79th Street, beginning at the southern end and traveling up north on 5th Avenue to the Upper East Side. So, it's going to be going the opposite way. I guess they want to go up instead of down, because 5th Avenue travels down and 6th Avenue travels up. So that's kind of hilarious, I guess, but I guess it's a tradition. So, I guess we had to Google our question and it came up. So that's our answer. That's where the route's going to be taking place. So, let's get to our last segment. We will read this press release. So, I mentioned this earlier. I was going to talk to you all about this. New York City Transit will be modernizing service status notices with new additional detail. 7 new categories of subway status provided on line-by-line basis will help riders better plan their trips. On Monday, June 3rd, NYCT announced that starting this week, as part of an ongoing commitment to provide more transparent and useful information to the riding public, the service statuses notice on MTA.info and other channels will provide a much deeper level of detail with 7 new categories of service status conveyed on a line-by-line basis. In the system being retired, there are only several broad categories and multiple subway lines are grouped together by corridor, making it difficult to tell at a glance exactly what line is impacted in what manner. New York City President New York City Transit President Andy Byford said, New Yorkers live in the right now and deserve helpful information in the moment so they can make the right choices about their travel. These changes provide customers targeted at a glance information to help them quickly understand exactly what's happening on their line. It's always our goal to improve the quality of our real-time information, and this is another step forward in that ongoing process. In an effort led by the recently established Chief Customer Officer Sarah Meyer, NYCT has been working hard to enhance the information provided to help customers assess their options while planning their trips on multiple channels, such as MTA.info, Twitter, car and station announcements, and station signage. As the agency gets more robust real-time data from modernizing train technologies, not only will service continue to improve, but so will the usefulness of information provided to customers as they plan their travel. The new language will describe the specific changes being made to train service on an individual line basis. For example, instead of reading service change for the B, D, F, and M lines, the service status box will use categories such as parts suspended, trains rerouted, or express to local, and show exactly what line is impacted in that matter. In the system being retired, the only labels describing service as delays, service changes, and plan works. These broad labels are applied to sublane lines grouped by their central business district or corridors or trunk lines. For example, the AC and E lines, which run along 8th Avenue, the B, D, F, and M, which runs along 6th Avenue, the N, Q, R, and W trains that run crosstown, or the 4, 5, and 6 Lexington Avenue lines. This makes it hard to know at a glance if one's line is affected in locations where it diverges from other lines, or if service is affected on express or local tracks, or both. Individual line-by-line statuses is available on the My MTA app, and of course the beta new.mta.info, but will be upgraded this week with the new service status categories. So this effectively took place on Monday, June 3rd. New categories of service statuses will be used in the service statuses box and on other channels and conveyed on an individual line-by-line basis. Parts suspended. Situations where a major disruption causes multiple stations to lose service in either direction. This could apply when a line is split in half or service ends before a train's normal terminus point. Trains rerouted. Situations where a train is sent over by a different route that it normally travels for that time of the day. For example, if the A goes over the F, not the A going over the C. Local to express. Situations where a train that normally runs local uses the express track on its normal route. Express to local. Situations where a train that normally runs express uses the local tracks on its normal route. Stations skipped. So that's a funny one. Situations where trains continuously skip a station in one direction or come through to a station without stopping. Examples could be when it's used for police activity or medical assistance, but not typical skips hold to keep the train on schedule. Slow speeds. Situations where trains move at slower than normal speeds but make all their normal stops. This would be used in situations where workers are on the tracks or that they conduct track inspections. So that would be very useful for the Queens Boulevard line because we've seen that many times at Kew Gardens Union Turnpike with the workers always being on the F track. Multiple impact. Situations where multiple status options apply to a single disruption or multiple disruptions that impact the line. So again, I don't really want to get into more people, but yeah, they're changing it up. So this is interesting. This is what it looks like. So let's see if I can get you a picture. So you see here, this is what it looks like, and let's just do an example of what it looks like right now. Because I know I'm recording this on Wednesday, but I want to see what it looks like right now. Let's just get you all an example. Okay, so it's not really changed at the moment, but this is what it's going to look like in the future. So that would be very useful. In fact, let's see what's up right now. Oh! Broken rail at Forest Hill 71st Avenue. I know it's Wednesday, and I know it won't be useful, but What's going on in the A? Ooh, signal malfunction at 168th Street. So I know the R is affected too, with the Queens Boulevard line. But, you know, it'll look different in the future. This is what it will look like in the future. So right now it just says delays. So, with that, I'm going to wrap up this week's service changes video. So, with that, thank you all for watching. And until the next one, please take care.